Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Come Back Stronger, where we bring you stories from all over the world about people who have met adversity, who have overcome the adversity, and have come back stronger. Today I'm super excited because we're going to introduce you to Kristie Teal, and also because I am being joined by my lovely law partner, Kimmy Hogan. This is going to be kind of like the Kimmy Hogan show. Because you're going to see her here, you're going to see her interviewing Kristie Teal, but you are going to really enjoy what we are bringing to the table today. Kimmy, tell us a little bit about Kristie.
So Kristie is a cancer survivor. She went through lymphoma cancer, and then she came back stronger and decided she wanted to give back to the cancer community. And so now she works for Florida Specialist Cancer Foundation, and she is their development and event coordinator, and so she helps raise money so that they can give money to people going through cancer.
Kristie is a perfect example of somebody who has faced adversity. There's nothing like staring death in the face. She had stage 4 cancer. There's nothing like staring death in the face to give you a purpose in life, to give you a reason to live, because that's when you really kind of face your own mortality. And that's what happened with her. And so ever since she has gone through the battle and overcome the battle, she has lived a life of purpose. Absolutely. And I feel that's really fascinating in these comeback stories, is where the people have turned pain into purpose, and they have used that purpose to benefit the rest of society.
Oh, absolutely. And she does so much beyond just working for the Cancer Specialist Foundation. She really gives back to the community here in Tallahassee. So you'll hear all about that in the show.
Yes, yes. And one of the things I always like to bring up is that life is always guiding us to become the highest and best version of ourselves so that we can contribute the most to making this world a better place. I think that Kristie is a perfect example of how the challenges, the obstacles, the injuries, and the setbacks that we go through give us the opportunity to grow and learn and to come back stronger.
Absolutely. Yes.
Well, we're going to go to a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to hear the first part of the interview with Kimmy Hogan and Kristie Teal. They might show up at your door with a check for $500 to try to get you to sign on the bottom line. They will do anything they can to save the insurance company money, and if you hire a lawyer and come back stronger, then you are going to be dealing with them on a level playing field.
You know what I tell my clients is that Come Back Stronger is not just a slogan, it's a game plan. Yes. Because in order to get you fair compensation, we have to prove to the insurance company that you are doing everything you can to get better. Right. Yes. And when you do everything you can to get better, if you're still hurting, then insurance company, you better pay. Right. Because we want to make you whole. So it's not just an idea of let's make you better after this horrible thing happened. It's a plan to make you better.
And I think in coming up with that plan, it makes us better lawyers too.
100%.
Because I think having that game plan helps us achieve more and be more successful for the client.
Welcome back to Come Back Stronger, where we are introducing you to Kristie Teal, a cancer survivor who has used the pain that she went through to build the fire inside of her to become an advocate for people and working for people who have cancer. So here's the interview right now.
Thanks for being with us today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So tell us what you're doing these days.
So currently I am the Development and Event Manager for the Florida Cancer Specialist Foundation. We're statewide serving patients in need and helping them cover essential living expenses.
Oh, wonderful. What do you do in that role?
So I am in charge of all of our events, which we have them all over the state in many different cities, and then also just fundraising and donor development and really bringing in the dollars so we can help more patients.
Oh, that's wonderful. Did you always have a passion for helping folks with cancer, or is that something that you developed through your life?
Definitely something I developed from personal experiences. In 2016, I was diagnosed with stage 4 melanoma, which was incredibly scary. And just 3 weeks after my diagnosis, diagnosis, I lost my dad to leukemia. So cancer's definitely affected me and my family significantly. So having the opportunity now to get to work to help other people facing a similar journey has been amazing.
Oh, that's wonderful. Let's talk a little bit more about your story and your cancer journey. So when you found out, were you already stage 4?
So I had a spot on my back, right? A lot of people get moles or things that look unusual, and I didn't think much of it, but I scheduled the appointment with the dermatologist, and a couple days later, they asked if I would come in and meet with the doctor and if I'd bring a significant other. So, of course, we knew that wasn't great news. And at that point, I was actually stage 3, and then we did a surgery for resection and found out it had already metastasized. And then 3 short months later, after a couple of surgeries and radiation, we found it had metastasized to multiple organs. So it was stage 3 at first, and just a few months later went to stage 4.
Oh, that's terrifying.
It was a scary time for sure.
Yes. When you were going through the process, were there other organizations out there that were providing services to you?
Well, and my oncologist was actually Florida Cancer Specialist, so that's why it's sort of full circle for me to be working for their foundation. Definitely, and I honestly will say the biggest support I had was from friends and family and just the community of people. I'm a pretty independent person, so asking for help can be really tough. But you learned, and I learned, not only is it okay to ask for help, sometimes it's important to have that help and that support.
And I'm sure your friends and family wanted to help.
Absolutely. I had a good friend say to me during that time, people were offering food. My kids were only 6 and 11 at the time. So, I was trying to keep things as normal for them and having my husband pick them up from school when I had to be at appointments. And so the immediate family was very helpful. But I had a friend say to me, it makes people feel good to bring a meal to your family or help take your kids or drop them off somewhere. So don't deprive them from that good feeling of helping you. And that helped me.
That makes sense. I remember people telling me that when I had a son born early.
Yeah.
They're like, please let me help. I don't know what else to do. I feel like I'm spinning my wheels.
Exactly. And I really liked that perspective of it makes them feel good. So let them do it, so that they can feel good too.
Then you don't feel like you're taking from them. You feel like you're giving to them by accepting that delicious lasagna.
Exactly. I needed that perspective.
Oh, I love it. So how long was it after your cancer diagnosis then that you started working for Florida Cancer Specialist?
It was some time. So I went through, I did work briefly for the American Cancer Society. So when I get into something, I jump in full force, and that was pretty shortly after my cancer diagnosis. There was some reorganization and positions eliminated, so that was unfortunate. And then I spent the next couple of years really just trying to find my way back to helping and supporting cancer patients. So I just started with the foundation in November of last year.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you have recently been chosen as a Tallahassee's 25 Women You Need to Know.
Yes, that was quite an honor.
Yes, well, that's wonderful. What else are you doing in the community besides, I know you're doing a lot, besides working with Florida Cancer Specialists?
Yes, well, to stick on the cancer note, I'm also an advisory board member for Camp Kesem, although this last year it's been a little tougher to be involved, starting a new job, but they are a camp that provides a free week of overnight camp to children whose parents have had cancer, because I think some people don't realize that when a parent goes through something like that and is really sick, it can be super tough on the kids.
Yeah.
So this camp provides them a week of just fun and getting to be kids, but being surrounded by other kids that have had a similar experience. So I do that, and then I'm also a member of the Virtual Kiwanis Club of the Big Bend. So we do a lot of community service and community projects.
That's wonderful. If our viewers are watching and they think, hey, I want my kid to go to Camp Kesem, how do they find out more information about
Absolutely. So Camp Kesem is a national organization, and it's run locally by college students that volunteer to run the camps. So here locally, Florida State University has an awesome Camp Kesem program, and if you look up Camp Kesem FSU, you can find lots of information about how to get involved.
Okay, that's wonderful. So during your journey with cancer, how was that for you and your family?
Yeah, it was I was 42 years old at the time. Again, my kids were 6 and 11. To be told you have stage 4 cancer is really, really scary. I did have a couple people say to me, how did you talk with your kids about it? We were always very honest with them. We told them, from the time I was diagnosed, and I would try to be honest with them about things that were happening and treatments. Although as I'm saying that out loud, I'm hearing my teenage daughter and I'm laughing. There was a period of time she was out in California visiting my mom, staying with her grandma, and I did end up in the hospital for about 5 days. And we didn't tell her at that point till she got home. And she, to this day, says to me, "You didn't tell me the truth. You didn't tell me you were in the hospital." So as I'm telling you that we were really honest with them, I'm hearing her saying, "Not always." But we were just truthful, and it was just great. Again, tried to keep things as normal as possible for my kids. And my attitude was, what's next? So how do we take care of this? It was never, oh no, and I'm terrified. I didn't allow myself that fear. I just said, what do we do to handle this?
Yeah.
What do we do to make me better?
Yeah. And it worked, right?
And it worked. Yeah, it's amazing that melanoma never responded to chemotherapy, so I'm super grateful for research and clinical trials and so many things that happened before my diagnosis that allowed me to receive immunotherapy, which is effective for melanoma. So it's pretty amazing. The timing for me was great that there was a treatment.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's
Definitely.
wonderful. Well, we are about to go to a commercial break, but when we come back, I want to talk a little bit more about your past and specifically about your Peace Corps experience.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely.
Wow, there are so many takeaways from that story that the first thing that it makes me think of is don't be afraid to ask for help. People do want to help. People want to feel good about helping you, but also here's what I'm thinking about that is when you see somebody that's suffering, when you see somebody that's going through cancer, or they've had somebody pass away in their life or something, don't be afraid to reach out to that person and offer to help, because maybe that person feels bad accepting help. But when you reach out and you offer to help and you're a little bit persistent, sometimes it really just makes them feel better. I remember when my house burned down one time, and we had a lot of people just reached out and they said that we want to make you dinner. We want to give you some clothes because all of my kids' clothes had been burned up. And I think that was powerful, and it's a memory that I'll always cherish.
Oh, absolutely. Same thing for me when I had my son. He was born prematurely, Harrison, of course, and people just rallied around us, brought us food, took care of things for me. But one thing, too, I think is great is to offer specific help instead of saying, what can I do to help? Because then folks feel like, oh, I'm still asking. Hey, I want to bring you dinner.
Yes,
what night's good for me to bring you dinner?
That, yes.
I want to pay for you to get a massage. You need a massage. That sort of thing.
So another takeaway that I had is, I think this is critical and this is important. Remember, this is a woman who has overcome cancer. She has overcome cancer and now has come back to society to help other people. But one of the keys, I believe, in hearing her story is that she did not allow the fear to overtake her. And imagine being diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. Imagine she's got a 6-year-old and an 11-year-old. Imagine how easy it would be to succumb to the fear. But instead of doing that, she started working for the American Cancer Society while she was in the middle of the diagnosis. She started working with a purpose, and when she was working with a purpose and then going through the immunotherapy and everything, that I believe had to have been a major factor in that, not letting the fear but thinking about what she wanted and not thinking about what she didn't want.
Yeah, what's next?
Yes,
what's
next? I think that's a critical factor. So anyway, we are going to listen to the second part of her interview right after this commercial break. I love nothing more than when a former client refers me a friend or a relative, because that shows me that they really appreciated what I was able to do for them.
And the thing that's most rewarding to me and the thing that I'm proudest about with this firm is that we truly do love our clients. I've got them in my phone. I follow them on social media. I celebrate when they have their grandbabies or when they change jobs or when they have, their first baby. And that's real. And it's so rewarding from a personal standpoint and a professional standpoint. And I think that realness and that relationship helps us make their cases so much better too.
100%.
They're not just another number to us. They're not just a cog in the wheel. They're not just a way for us to make a living. It's just a way for us to have better lives ourselves by getting to know so many clients and helping them.
I think that's why so many of our clients come back to us and send people that they love
That's true.
and know to us.
That's the best part.
It's the highest compliment you could get.
Welcome back to Come Back Stronger, where we're listening to the interview of Kristie Teal, a cancer survivor who has come back stronger and has really made a difference in people's lives who have suffered from cancer. Stay tuned for the next part of the interview.
All right, so let's talk about the Peace Corps.
Yes, that was such a great life experience.
Wonderful. When did you go and where did you go?
So it was right out of college. Oh my gosh, now I have to figure out the year. I think it was 1997. And I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I hadn't made a definite thought about a career path. So I thought the Peace Corps would be an awesome option. So I went to Namibia, which is in Southern Africa.
Oh, wonderful. And what did you do there?
I was a youth development volunteer, so it was a little bit vague when I got there and just do a little bit of everything. I ended up partnering with UNICEF there and did an HIV awareness and drug and alcohol awareness for high school students. I started a women's club, or girls club, I should say, with local middle school and high school students, and those young ladies were phenomenal. So that was probably a highlight of my experience.
That's wonderful. How long were you in Namibia for?
So it's supposed to be 2 years. Peace Corps is supposed to be 2 years. They ended my program a little bit early. So I was there about 14 or 15 months.
In Namibia, what is the main language that's spoken?
So the national language is actually English, which was such a relief.
Yes.
There's about 14 tribal languages, and because Namibia used to be part of Southwest Africa, a lot of people also speak Afrikaans.
Okay.
So because I lived in a bigger city, they taught me Afrikaans so that I could talk to the many different people there. But I was very relieved that most people were excellent English speakers.
That probably made it easier.
It did. Definitely made it a lot easier to connect with people.
So what did you do after you left the Peace Corps?
After my Peace Corps experience, I really realized that I needed to do something helping people, giving back to people. So I really went right into the nonprofit world. I've had a couple different roles and positions. I worked with people with developmental disabilities. I worked here in town at Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Big Bend, which is an awesome organization as well. So I really decided that my heart was in doing things to give back and help people. And if it could be my career and what I get paid for, it was even better.
And it sounds like that's working.
It is, absolutely, absolutely.
So when you came back from the Peace Corps, where were you living?
So I was back in California. That's where I was born and went to junior high, high school, and college. And then I met my husband, who was living in Santa Barbara, California at the time, and he was from Tallahassee. So he said, Tallahassee's a pretty great place to raise a family. So we had our daughter, and when she was 3 months old, we moved here to Tallahassee.
I love it. I love it.
And it's definitely become home.
Yes. Well, it certainly seems like you've embedded yourself in the community, which is wonderful.
Yes, it was really nice to move here and have the support. My husband's family all lives here, and so it was great to have a built-in support system when we first got here with a newborn baby.
Yes.
But yeah, I feel like it's a community that's so welcoming of people, and it was really easy to insert myself and start to get involved, and especially in the nonprofit world that's really small here, and people are very supportive of one another.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So what is next for you?
Well, again, so since I'm fairly new at my job with the Florida Cancer Specialists Foundation, my hope is to really grow in my role. We, again, do events statewide, and the more money we can raise, the more patients that we can help. Having been through my own cancer journey and knowing how physically and emotionally and even financially tough it can be, my husband and I are both professionals with good insurance, to think about people that either don't have as good of insurance or living on a really fixed income. My goal is to really continue to help grow our foundation statewide, to be able to help more people and even give more money to people for their essential living expenses.
Yeah. What events do y'all have coming up?
Again, so we are statewide. So coming up in May, we have an event called Wine, Women, and Shoes in Orlando on May 21st, and I would definitely encourage everyone to come. It's an event of wine tasting and shopping with vendors and lunch, but you'll also get to hear from one of our patients that benefited from one of our grants. So it will be very fun and also very moving event.
Wine, Women, and Shoes. So are you shopping for shoes?
Not just shoes. So what's great about this event is we bring in 6 to 8 vendors, jewelry vendors, scarf vendors, accessories, purses, all different kinds, and they all give back 20% of their sales that day to the Florida Cancer Specialist Foundation. So you get to shop and enjoy wonderful things, but it also benefits patients in need.
Oh, that's wonderful. Mm-hmm. You talked about the grants that y'all give out. Mm-hmm. What are those? How do you get those? How do you apply for those?
Yep. So if you go to the Florida Cancer Specialist Foundation website, you can apply for a grant to pay for rent, mortgage, utilities, a car payment. Our mission really is to keep a roof over patients' head, to keep the lights on, and to be sure that they have a way to get to their treatments. Mm-hmm. And if you are an adult receiving cancer patient and you meet our financial qualifications, you will receive a grant. In the over 10 years that the foundation has been in existence, no qualified applicant has ever been turned away.
That's huge.
It's huge. And huge part of that is thanks to our Florida Cancer Specialist physicians. So there's over 100 FCS clinics statewide, and the physicians fund our foundation. Oh. So it's really amazing that the generous doctors pay for the foundation expenses. So when people donate to us, every dollar is going directly to a patient in need. Oh. So talk about like a really feel good and personally rewarding job. It's awesome.
That is awesome. That makes me, it's making me tear up because it's surprising to me that it's funded by the physicians, and that's wonderful.
Quite a few people think, oh, you have to be seeing one of our Florida Cancer Specialist physicians to get the grant, and that is not true. We get referrals from Moffitt, from Advent Health Systems, from Shands. So we not only help patients that are seeing our doctors, but we help cancer patients seeing other oncologists as well.
Oh, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. You are doing so much good work in our community, and Florida Cancer Specialist is doing such great work too. I've really enjoyed hearing about it all.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to be here, and I appreciate you letting me tell a little bit of my story.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Thank you.
What a lovely woman.
Oh, yes.
What was your biggest takeaway from Kristie Teal's story?
I just love her heart, and she's had a heart for giving to others and taking care of others her whole life. And once she went through this experience, she just pivoted and said, all right, now I'm going to focus my energy on helping folks with cancer. And I just think she's a wonderful woman.
I think ultimately what it did was it gave her a focus.
Yeah.
Because she said when she went to the Peace Corps, she was kind of all over the place. She didn't. They really didn't know what to do with her, and she had all these initiatives. But now she's very focused on cancer. Even what she does on her spare time, she's on the board of a cancer organization and all that. So it helped her focus. But I got to tell you, Kimmy, one of the things that I get the most out of these stories is that the idea of, for example, someone like Kristie with a giving heart, she's already got a giving heart. She kind of knows intuitively that if one of us is suffering, that we're all suffering, that we're all connected. And I love what she said when she said, when a parent has cancer, it affects also the kids. And the reality of it is when somebody has cancer or somebody has a terminal illness or somebody's going through a horrible nightmare, which it happens every day, then it really affects everybody around them and their family and their friends and everything else. And so just knowing that and being cognizant of that and being there for the people that we love, the people in our surroundings, and trying to reach out, I think is awesome. And it's something that I think that kind of comes out of this story.
Absolutely, I agree.
Okay, well, we're going to go to another commercial break, and then we're going to come back and wrap it up after that. To me, Come Back Stronger is about starting the case with a plan and with a goal of not just to get back to where you were, but to actually move forward in your life. When an insurance company sees that you've been hurt and you've been in an accident and you've got medical bills, you've got pain and suffering, you have property damage to your vehicle, you are at a very low point in your life. And what an insurance company will do is they will try to take advantage of you. They might show up at your door with a check for $500 to try to get you to sign on the bottom line.
They'll show up at the hospital.
They'll show up at the hospital. They'll tell you not to get an attorney. They will do anything they can to save the insurance company money. And if you hire a lawyer and come back stronger, then you are going to be dealing with them on a level playing field. Welcome back to Come Back Stronger, where we just heard the interview of Kristie Teal, a cancer survivor who has overcome stage 4 melanoma and ended up, not only is she in remission right now, but she's also giving back to the community in a big way. She is a leader in a organization that that helps people that are going through cancer financially. And that's one of the things about going through cancer that people don't realize. Yes, it's a huge toll on your health, but it also can be a major financial burden.
Oh yeah, if you can't go to work, you've got to go to doctor's appointments, taking care of your children. I mean, it affects all facets of life.
If one person in a family is diagnosed with cancer, then the entire family has to deal with the financial burden. The parents, if a child is diagnosed with cancer, the parents a lot of times can't work. If the parents are diagnosed with cancer, they can't work because they're sick with cancer. And so it's heartwarming to me to see organizations like Kristie Teal's organization, the Florida Cancer Specialist Foundation, and then of course we've also had Terry Cooper with the Edith Marie Foundation, but there are foundations out there that are giving back to people who are going through these financial challenges.
Absolutely, and it warmed my heart to know that the doctors at the organization at Florida Cancer Specialists, they fund the foundation. So if you donate, every dollar you donate is going directly to folks with cancer that need that help.
Yeah, it is. Well, and to think that the doctors who are treating the cancer, they really, obviously they love their patients and they want to see them come back stronger. And that's what it's all about. Yes. Any other takeaways you got, Kimmy?
Just if life knocks you down,
come back stronger.
Come back stronger. Look what you can do to help others.
That's right. I love it. Well, thank you so much, everybody. If you know anybody with a comeback story, please let us know, because we're always looking to inspire and motivate and to help others come back stronger. Thank you. And you know what the insurance company offered him? $5,000. Really? He's completely blind, and they offer him $5,000. Ask him to sign a release.
To a lot of people, especially when they're hurting and when they're down and when they're vulnerable, $5,000 is a life-changing amount of money. Yeah. And they're not looking at the value of what has been lost. They're not looking at what it would take to make that person whole, which is our job. Yeah. That's our job. Their job isn't. Their job is to save the insurance company money. Right. And they look at this person and they go, I bet $5,000 would get your full attention. Right. And they come in and they dangle it with a settlement release, and then once you sign it, you're done. You can't come back to us and ask us to wave a magic wand and make that go away. That can't go away.
My client didn't accept the $5,000. We took him all the way to trial. We got a $5 million verdict.